when you see him pulling up. Best move on over. Multi-faceted ninja coming in, I don't say I ain't told you. He's got a third row lifted, second gen backseat full of his soldiers. We going country to rap to R&B, baby, bring that big old bud over. Cause he do it all, baby, from begging to welding, raising 6 kids and making his girl feel like she's Helena Troy. Yeah, he do it all, baby, yeah, he been through hell and he went from addiction to the kitchen, but no, he ain't telling us so. No, he ain't telling us so. Cause that's how legends are born. And if you know, you know. You can take a picture if you want, and then you best get gone.
What's going on, everybody? It is the one and only, the multifaceted ninja, the stay-at-home dad doing it all, from welding to baking and everything in between. Now, today, we're gonna keep it simple, we're gonna keep it hands-on, and we're gonna keep it DIY friendly as we bolt on this TRD style rear sway bar from our friends over at Mulan. And this is gonna bolt straight on to any of the second generations from 2007 to 2021. Now, if you've got basic tools and a little bit of motivation, this is gonna be something you'll be able to do right in your driveway. No shop, no lift, no excuses. Whether you are new to wrenching or you've been modding your vehicle for years, this is gonna be a perfect weekend upgrade for you to tackle. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So first, let's go ahead and see what kind of goodies we got in here. And for starters, I absolutely love the way this is packed. So first off, we're gonna have our end links. Then we're gonna have the bushing brackets with the bushings. These right here are your saddle brackets. Right here, we've got some hardware. Then you've got both of your U-bolts. And of course, then we've got the rear sway bar itself. And now we'll take a look at a couple of the tools that we're gonna need before we start this project. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tools we're gonna need. And to get started, you're gonna want a torque wrench. We're also gonna want a ratchet and a 22mm socket, along with a 19mm socket. And just to be on the safe side, get yourself an extension. And we're also going to want to get ourselves a 19mm wrench, but in my case, if your wrench set stops at 18, a crescent wrench will do just fine. Lastly, what we're gonna need is some bushing lubricant. Now this is Energy Suspension Formula 5. The package will come with some for you, but you're gonna use this to lubricate the bushings to keep it from squeaking where it holds on to the sway bar. So that pretty much covers all the tools that we need. Let's go ahead and jump right into the project. Now, just like I said at the beginning of this video, this is gonna be a quick and easy bolt-on mod. So I'm gonna keep the video just as quick and simple. So for starters, the installation for both sides is gonna be the exact same. Now, your end links have one end that's larger than the other. The larger end is gonna bolt on to the frame. The smaller end is gonna bolt on to the sway bar. Now you'll notice you have 2 bolt holes right here. We're gonna be using the one closest to the front of the cab of the truck. Now, if you have an OEM trailer hitch installed on your vehicle, I do not, you're gonna be removing the front bolt and installing this one that has the spacer. So now let's go ahead and get straight into the install. To get started, you're going to get a washer. Then we're gonna put it through the big part of the end link, followed by another washer. And get your spacer and another washer. Then all we're gonna do, we're just going to hand tighten this. So now I'm gonna go do the same thing to the other side, and then we'll get to mounting the sway bar underneath. Okay, now you definitely wanna get something to set your sway bar on so you don't scratch it up on the concrete. And the way we're gonna run these, you're gonna get your bolt, you're gonna get a washer, you're gonna throw it through the end link, through the sway bar, Then we're gonna put a washer, and then you're gonna get your lock nut. And again, we're just gonna hand tighten all of these for now. All right, on to the next step. All right, so while we're under the truck, we're gonna go ahead and throw these U-bolts around the rear axle. Now, you want to make sure you put it on the outside of this, so right in this little area. We're gonna do the same to the other side. And you wanna make sure we keep it on this side right here. So the outside on this one, inside on this one. So now that we got those U-bolts anchored over the axle, next thing you're gonna do is take out your bushings. Now you're gonna notice these bushings split open. This is so you'll be able to get it around the sway bar. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna grease the inside of this to keep that squeak down. Now go ahead and get your lubricant. Go ahead and get it all in there. Okay, there's one done. All right, now that we got the bushings all lubricated, we're gonna go and jump back underneath the truck. We'll get these put onto the sway bar and we'll get everything else mounted up and we'll get moving on. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get our bushings on. You'll notice they have a split. We'll wrap that around. Give it a couple twists just so you can get that lubricant all over. All right, then we'll do the same to the other side. Then we're gonna get the bushing bracket, slip that around the bushing. Now you get your saddle brackets. You get your sway bar. And again, it would be nice if you had a helping hand, but sometimes we don't always got that. So for now, let's go ahead and see if we can get a washer and a bolt. We're gonna go ahead and try to get the back bolts on now. All right, you guys, so a very important step you do not want to skip. Make sure your rear sway bar is in a relaxed position so that way we can go and we can shift it from side to side until we can get it centered. You want to make sure this is completely centered. You also want to make sure your U-bolts are straight up and down. Give yourself the same amount of space in between the bushing and the first bend here on both sides. Once you get this completely centered, we'll then be able to go and get our torque wrench and torque all of these bolts down to spec. And then after that, we'll be finished installing the rear sway bar. All right, so the very last step that we have to do is gonna be torquing down all of the bolts. We're gonna start with the upper links. We're gonna torque those down to 84 pounds of torque. And the lower end links, we're gonna torque down to 48 pounds of torque. Now, if you don't know how to use one of these torque wrenches, it's super easy. First, unloosen the thing at the bottom. That way, you'll be able to pick the pounds that you want. So for us, we're gonna be at 84. So we're gonna roll this all the way up. All right, once you're done, you wanna lock these in so they can't come undone, and you'll be ready to torque down. All right, that's torqued. We'll do the other one. Now that that's tightened down and torqued down to spec, we'll go and do the lowers. All right, so now I want to make sure we set it down to 48 pounds. And then tighten your lock. All right, you guys, so now that we've got all of the lower and upper end links torqued down to spec, we're gonna get started on the U-bolts. Now these are gonna be at the same 48 pounds that these lower end links were at. So we're gonna go and we're gonna alternate from the front to the back, and we'll move to the other side. We should be done after that. All right, you guys, that is the sound of success. Perfect. All right, you guys, well, there it is. That officially wraps it up for another installation video. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to our friends over at Mulan for sending us over this TRD style sway bar for the Tundra build. Again, this is gonna bolt on for anybody with a second gen Tundra ranging from 2007 to 2021. Now, if you guys don't subscribe to the channel, go ahead and do that, and also give this video a like. Send this video to somebody that you know that might have a Tundra and wanna do something like this, or save it to a playlist if you have a Tundra yourself and it might be something you wanna do in the near future. Thank you guys again for sticking around and watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.
He's the multifaceted ninja. He makes his kids their lunch, then welds a bridge to the future as the present calls his bluff. He's the multifaceted ninja. He does a wash load before noon. He pours the concrete foundation with one eye on his cartoons. There's nothing he can't do. There's nothing he can't do. He's the multifaceted ninja. He just started a new quilt, and the way he pipes frosting could make a wedding planner will. He's the multifaceted ninja.